Okie dokie. Welcome back from that quick break. I hope you enjoyed the music, though. Yes, for us to set the ball rolling right here on AM Club. My name is Kojo Dasibren. Now it's time into Coffee Daily, which is brought to you kind courtesy Carbell Coffee. Now, before we get into the trends and everything that is, these guys. Success. Everybody wants it. Everybody dreams of it. We all aspire to succeed and make a mark in life. Now we push ourselves to excel, enduring challenges along the way to be successful. All right, Charlie, when the work gets tough, and I bet you it will, you need that extra boost to keep pushing forward. And on those days where you need someone to be there for you, Carbell Coffee will be by your side. It's a rich, creamy 3-in-1 blend with a great taste and aroma that will just creating memories with friends and loved ones. Carbell Coffee will be there with you every moment. So no matter where you are at, as you chase after those goals, keep Carbell Coffee close to stay motivated and going. Remember, Carbell Coffee is with you every moment. Now, time for us to check out what's trending on X. Our guest is on standby. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Today I'm about to do your job.
Yes. Let's get into it then.
Yeah, so trending on X, so many things are trending. Beneficia is trending, Ruth is trending.
That's Benfica.
Benfica.
Yeah, Beneo.
Benefica.
Oh, girl be a friend in Benana. Yeah, Benedicta be a
I have a good friend, Benedicta.
Yeah. Good friend, you say?
Oh, Kujo.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's Benefica. It's trending, Ruth is trending. Kofi Adams is trending. Would you want to know why Kofi Adams is trending?
Kofi Adams.
You want to know why?
Yes. Yesterday, I was telling Mimi that I have a strong feeling that the appointments which came in earlier, which was purported to be false, would still have names. And guess what? We still did see names. Sports Minister, Honorable Kofi Adams, Communications, Honorable Sam George, Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa, Foreign Affairs. Who else was in there that... I think these three were critical ones, and they were still in there. So, Kofi Adams.
But one name we didn't see though from the former list, and this one is Honorable Zanetta Rawlings.
Yes.
For health.
For health.
We haven't seen
which that's went to Honorable Akando.
Akando,
yes.
Akando, yeah.
So, interesting. Kofi Adams should be trending because I saw a lot of people speaking about the fact that he is a boxing enthusiast.
Right.
So, and we've seen a lot of boxing or a lot of love going towards boxing for quite a period of time.
Right.
Especially even with the president's son.
Exactly.
You get it. So a lot of people are thinking that, okay, where is this one coming from? But anyway, what people are saying.
Okay, so 5 things you need to know about the new sports minister nominee, and this is saying that he holds a Bachelor of Science degree in zoology. He hails from Teteman in the Jasikan district. He's a former tutor at Adisadel College. He's a former spokesperson and director for public affairs for former President Jerry John Rawlings, and he is a boxing enthusiast, like you rightly said. Let's get into the comments. So, okay. Right, so looks like a lot of people are talking. Let's get to see what they... Okay, so Uncle Parkwesi says, I will urge Honorable Kofi Adams to work closely with Sadiq Adams to attain the dream John Dramani Mahama has for sports in our country. Ghana sports has been declining since MPP took over, and we need people like Sadiq Adams to make effective changes in the ministry. Congratulations.
Kofi Adams, Sadiq Adams.
Yeah, 2 Adamses.
They actually look alike though, so I don't know whether there is a relation there. But it would be good to, because Sadiq
is a powerhouse.
Yes, is a powerhouse when it comes to sports. So him playing a key role in there, I think he would be good when it comes to maybe an advisory board.
Right.
You get it? Yes. It's hard time we get to key in, you know, people who have the voice.
Right.
You know, people who have the voice, who have the knowledge, people that we all do know that when it comes to this area, this person really knows his stuff. You get it? Yeah. I think it's high that government, when they come into power, they start looking for some of these key people to just add them. Well, fair enough, they may not qualify to or have the constitutional rights to be, you know, MPs or let's say ministers or whatnot. But at least the board, they would be able to, you know, contribute. Get it?
Yeah.
Yesterday, Mimi was talking about Captain Smart, you know, being a powerhouse. Yes, we do know. But if he is included in, let's say, a board towards any discipline, it would work. It would help. Although we do know some way somehow how they voice out sometimes it's not the best. But hey,
the inclusion of them on the board could do something right.
I think it will work.
Okay, so now the final batch of ministerial presidential nominees include Sam George for Communications Ministry, Kofi Adams for Sports Ministry, Muntaka Mubarak for Interior Ministry, Sam Kujeto Ablakwa for Foreign Affairs Ministry. Now let's go through the communications from the presidency. The president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has submitted the names of the underlisted to Parliament through the Speaker for prior approval to serve as ministers of state and regional ministers. Now, you know that the regional ministers, initially 10 were released, 3 released later on. Now, the final 3, making 16, have also come through. The Upper East region being represented by Pausing Charles Luanga, and then the Bono region, Joseph Adai Akwabwa. Bono East region by Francis Obusu Entry. Now, the ministers of state, Ministry of Defense will be headed by Dr. Edward Kofi Omanebuama, Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations by Samuel Nate George, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Ama Kofi Boa, Ministry of Sports and Recreation, Kofi Idi Adams, MP, Ministry of Labour, Jobs and Employment, Abdul Rashid Pelpo, Ministry of Health, Kwabna Minta Kando, Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology, Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, Ministry of Transport, Joseph Bukari Nikbe, Ministry of Interior, Muntaka Mubarak, Mohammed Mubarak, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Samuel Okujetua Blakwa, Ministry of Works, Housing and Water Resources, AJ Kenneth Gilbert, and then the final set, Minister of State in charge of Special Initiatives, Emmanuel Kwejo Ejekum, Minister of State Government Communications, Felix Kwachio Fosu, and Minister of State Climate Change and Sustainability, Isifu Seidu, MP. Yeah. So that's the list of ministers.
We want to find out, you could just click on the side. Yes, we want to find out what people are saying towards this.
So Kwame Ato says, Kofi Adams for sports is a joke. Okay. That nursing guy says, congratulations to all the appointees. Godspeed to all of them. In this critical era, where every peswa counts, any appointment to a government agency or institution must come with a ruthless slashing of wasteful spending. Moreover, we must boldly name and shame the corrupt public officials who are plundering Ghana's resources. Let's turn the spotlight on these. Okay. Okay. Israel says it is now finished. Yeah. 14 days, no, it is finished.
It's finished, but I think now we have about 42.
Yes, so we have 42. He has room for like 18 more.
Yeah, 18 more. That would be the deputies. Looking forward to some names in there.
Citizens Esquire says, we still do not have any appointments coming to... Okay. Hey, people, where is Danita Rawlings? Exactly the same question everybody's asking. Because her name was in the first list, her name was not in the second list.
Deputy.
Honorable Edu Tete says, I still can't find my name. But Joyce Bawa Muktari has been, appointed to
someone who's
special aid.
Okay,
so can't wait for some George's
vetting.
vetting.
Yes, I can't wait either.
Why though?
You know, Honorable has a different posture when it comes to, and his ideologies and what he thinks should be done is quite different. And it might come out as if is autocratic in one way or the other. So there are a lot of people who would be like, yes, we understand this, but maybe this is not really the time or this and that. And he feels that he should stand on his grounds to do so.
Right.
So I'm just waiting to see what would come out as questions, first of all.
Okay.
Also, interestingly, the conversation on the 5G network.
Exactly.
Looking forward to what would be done. And also the improvement of our telcos as well. You get it? And how they can engage not only with stakeholders, but at the end of the day, we are the customers. We are the one going to be consuming all these things. And so how efficient could that happen? Because you go to, I mean, sometimes network to get the work done is expensive, one. Two, it's not reliable. So, I mean, how do we get the information passed? We are moving fast with technology. So how best can this be in a space where we can be able to be efficient and enjoy it?
Right.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Right. Another thing people are looking forward to, Kweku Nancy says, Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa reduce passport prices now. It looks like a lot of people are still want to jackpot from the country. Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa, the famous among them. Really? Okay. Minister of State, Ministry of Inland and Water Resources, Social Media Propaganda. Oh, goodness. You got your appointment, you're waiting for, okay. So it looks like a lot of people are kind of anticipating, especially for Okudzeto Ablakwa and then Sam George. People are really looking at how their vetting is going to turn up. In the trends, I also saw, so Madueke is trending, Barcelona, a lot of football stuff. What do you want to tell me what's happening?
Yes, Champions League action happened. So that's what is trending.
Okay.
So a lot of things will be trending. We'll get into the sports about how Barcelona was able to, come back fully to win over your Benfica.
Benfica.
Yeah. How they were able to come back. Right. It's something for keeps. I know Teddy is smiling because he's a Barcelona fan. Yeah.
Trump is trending. Why is Trump trending?
He's hitting, running. I saw a post yesterday that he's withdrawn from WHO.
Yeah. So WHO and then a federation with China. I've forgotten the name of the federation, but he has also pulled out of that as well. He has a list. He has a list of
And his reasons are?
Well, I think that for him, he has not really understood the need to join and then the benefit it comes with. Yeah, he and you know Trump is Trump. Sometimes, but yeah. So it's still congratulatory messages to Trump.
Okay, let's see what some are saying.
So Peter Obi, the presidential candidate in Nigeria, congratulations to President Donald Trump. On behalf of my family and the obedient movement, I extend my warmest congratulations to President Donald Trump on his inauguration as the United States of America. The victory is a testament to the resilience of democracy and the enduring will of the American people. It is my hope that your presidency will be marked by policies that foster global stability, economic growth, and strengthen international partnership, particularly between the United States and Africa. As you assume this great responsibility, I urge you to champion the values of unity, equity, and justice, which are the bedrock of sustainable progress. The world watches with anticipation, and we are optimistic that your leadership will usher in a new era of cooperation and mutual respect among nations. Congratulations once again, Mr. President, and best wishes for a successful term.
Has our president congratulated him yet? No official communication
none
yet?
that I have seen, yes. None that I have seen. Let's go through the comments. And Big Gabito says, release, okay.
Okay, so I think we can move away from that then.
Yep. But there was a video that was trending of Trump. I'm shocked I'm not seeing it here, where there was a religious leader. I don't know whether a priest, a deaconess, kind of, because it was a female, and then she was talking to Trump about him. On the LGBTQ. No, not LGBTQ per se. She spoke about it, but then especially about the deportation of immigrants.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the LGBTQ, where he says that now there are two genders.
Yeah.
So she was like, so now that there are two genders, what happens to those already, who have transgendered, who are gay, lesbian, and bisexuals, and da.
Will they be jailed?
So far, he has not said there's no legal framework with regards to that, but the fact that there are two genders, probably there's going to be some kind of segregation. So probably with time, we're going to see some legal action possibly erupt from that pronouncement.
Okay, I think the legal action should be that of serving as a warning to anybody who would be practicing that. You get it? But as far as we do know that there are a group of people who are already in.
Right.
So to correct, I don't know whether there'll be some sort of a rehabilitation. Yes. How something of that sort,
right,
where reforms could be done. Maybe, because it all starts from the mind, though.
Exactly.
It all starts from the mind.
Yeah.
So let's say some psychologists, some experts who come through and help these people to be male and female.
Oh, good. So this is the video I was
This is the video?
about. Yeah.
Okay.
I make one final plea. Millions of people in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation.
This is posture.
But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors. They are faithful members of our churches and mosques, synagogues, and those in our whose children fear that their parents will be taken away, and that you help those who are fleeing war zones and persecution in their own lands to find compassion and welcome here. Our God teaches us that we are to be merciful to the stranger. For strangers in this land. May God grant us the strength and courage to honor the dignity of every human being, to speak the truth to one another in love, and walk with each other and our God for the good of all people. Good of all people.
Okay.
Wait, so there was no clap?
No. And then
No, the posture.
that's what I was about to say.
But then look at Trump's face, like.
And it was the straight look from Milan.
Yeah, and on the first run, look at J.D. Vance.
JD
as
tend to
well.
look at his
J.D.
wife.
Vance was, first of all, J.D. Vance looked at his wife.
Yeah.
And then he turned back and then it was more like, Madam, please don't go there. You know, yeah. Then, in a while, he also looks at Trump. Trump is just like,
what are you talking about?
What are you even talking
I've already
about?
done it. What are you saying?
What are you saying? I don't know if this Trump spoke.
Trump spoke.
So did he speak? Okay, maybe we'll not get the video. We'll scroll through and see whether we get the video. But if we don't get the video, have you seen the video?
Yes.
Did he speak to this?
So while he was walking out of the church, some journalists were at the entrance and then asked him about the comment. And he made, I can't repeat the word. Go find the video and watch it. He said something.
What?
Yeah. It was. He said he wasn't happy about the sermon.
He clearly doesn't look happy.
That I'm sure that just threw him off the entire. I think it was a Thanksgiving service, so it threw him off. He did not enjoy it. But then people are also talking. So Malibo says, what kind of mercy? What do they want exactly? Ayan says, do you agree the bishop should have politicized her speech? Was it political? I think it was more humanitarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, this is coming in from different angles. Everyone seated in there would have a different mind towards this.
Yeah.
Some may think that, hey, this woman, could she be practicing that behind the scenes?
Right.
You never know. Because we've seen, not to deteriorate any priest or anything, but everyone has
a preference.
Some skeletons in their cupboard.
Yeah.
You get it. Until you are caught or until it comes out, we don't really know what it is. But we've seen priests and all that come out and some purported allegations
against them.
Yeah. About they being gay, about they engaging into some sexual activities which are not good. You get it. So they'll start thinking some way. Same way someone is thinking, well, it looks political. You get it.
Yeah.
On the other side, others will also feel like, oh no, she's just being humanitarian and maybe feeling for anybody who's around. You get it. Because she didn't speak just about the LGBTQ. She spoke about immigrants. You get it. But on the other hand, I mean, in a country where if you come to the country legally, well, this will not get to you. But if you came there illegally, then you should start thinking twice about it.
Right. Well, they are shocked. That's from Lex, the writer.
Yeah, obviously they're shocked.
Took a screenshot.
Like, even J.D. Vance's wife.
Yeah.
You could just see,
like,
and Melania is like...
That's the look I'm getting from J.D.
Yeah,
Vance.
like
really?
did you just say that? You get it.
Like,
and Melania is like, don't try.
What are you saying?
Don't try.
Woman.
Hey.
Lesego says Vance Loki West. Okay. Well, others are also clapping for her. That's from Autumn Flowers. I'm not. One thing I'm shocked at is I'm not seeing the reaction I expected to see, where people would kind of applaud, because
that's why I asked you. There wasn't an applause, like
not even from the chapel or the auditorium, but from social media, like from U.S. citizens, because a lot of people have demoned or decried the deportation of immigrants, in as much as they entered the country illegally. They are calling that, you know what, yeah, they've entered the country illegally, but then let's put measures in place for them to, enter the system legally. Then if that, like a grace period or something, if it expires, then we can go ahead to deport them. But because, mind you, with this deportation, one thing I know of is that if a child of immigrants is born in Ghana, like two immigrants give birth to a child in the U.S., the child becomes a citizen, but the parents would be deported. So imagine the child is like 2 years old. That means that the parents would be deported. What happens to the 2-year-old child? Goes into foster care or what? You get. So these measures should be put in place before the whole flushing out of the immigrants out of the system. I think. I'm shocked I'm not seeing this. Bless this person for having the courage to say something like that, and that's from Tay. Preach the word,
that was
Bishop.
some courage right there. That was a brave speech.
Yeah, it was.
Very brave.
It was. And you could feel the passion in her voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Why would this bother anyone? People's hearts are so hardened nowadays. Christopher.
You just asked a very nice question that you were expecting people to, be applauding her, especially on social media.
Yeah.
I think once Trump has been reinstated as president, it's like they've tasted his presidency before. So now that he's been reinstated, we know that whatever we are going to say, it's not going to work with this man. He made up his mind. So let's just make up our mind with him.
Okay.
And stick with that. You get it. So I think that's the posture of Americans, if you ask me, especially on social media, since we're not getting any reaction whatsoever from them.
Now, have you also noticed this? The kind of big tech gurus, they were all at Trump's inauguration.
Oh, that's Zuckerberg.
Yeah, they were all there.
Oh, wow.
Zuckerberg,
that's
Jeff Bezos, they were all there.
Interesting.
They were all there.
Interesting.
This guy is also trending from the inauguration. You didn't watch it?
No.
It was his benediction. It was so passionate.
Heavenly Father, we're so grateful that you gave our 45th and now our 47th president a millimeter miracle. We are grateful that you are the one that have called him for such a time as this, that America would begin to dream again. We pray that we would fulfill the true meaning of our creed, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. We pray that you use our president, that we will live in a nation where we will not be judged by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, we are so grateful today that you will use our 47th president so we would sing with new meaning, my country, 'tis of thee. Sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside. Freedom ring, and because America is called to, we believe that you will make this come true. So let freedom ring from the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire. Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York. Let freedom ring from the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania. Let from the Rockies of California. Let freedom ring from the curvaceous hilltops of California. But God, we're asking you not only that. Let freedom ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and every molehill in Mississippi, from every state, every city, every village, and every hamlet. And when we let freedom ring, we will be able to speed up that day where all of your children, black men and white men, Protestant and Catholic, Jew and Gentile, will be able to sing in the meaning of that old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank you, God Almighty. We are free at last. If you believe what the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Come on, put your hands together and give your great God.
He gave the benediction at Trump's inauguration.
I think this is a clear instance of I give you 1 inch, you take 10 inches, and steal the show.
Did you see Trump's look at him? Was like,
yeah. You should have seen the other. I think the tech gurus.
Oh right.
Most of them don't believe
in God,
in Jesus. They don't believe in God and all that. So one of them was just full of laughter. Like, what is this guy even saying? Well, I love the prayer. I mean, it's a powerful prayer. So, it's a very, very, very powerful
Mixed reactions from the comments. I don't think we want to go through.
No. Let's move on.
I don't think we want to go through. But yeah, Yeah, but now let's come straight to Ghana. And in Ghana, you know, like we've already gone through some ministerial nominees. The final list, there's a third batch, was released. A few names were omitted from the earlier one we saw a couple of weeks ago. But then the final list has been completed. Like you said yesterday, by 12 a.m. Last night.
Yeah.
Now we would have seen the full list, because 14 days now, so 2 days, 2 weeks now, so yeah. Like you said, Okujeto Ablakwa is going for foreign affairs, Sam George for communications, Omane Boama for defense. We've seen Kofi Adams also come through for sports. Now the big question is, what happens to Parliament? Because first off, they've approved 6 ministers, Gavin Sagboja, Idrisu, Haruna Idrisu, Kesalato Forsin, a couple of others have been approved. Now, if you look at those who have been approved, majority of them are on the front bench of Parliament. That's on the majority side, leadership of the majority side. So the majority leader, deputy majority leader, chief whip have all been swept off by ministerial appointment. That means a new shake-up, a new reshuffle
has to happen with the majority
leadership.
Yeah.
Now, names are popping up big.
Already?
Yeah. It was even purported weeks before when Kesalato Forsen's appointment came out. That name popped up. That's Muntaka Mubarak, I believe so. I just want to be sure of the name. A couple of names have also popped up. So we would get into the names of those who will be filling those spots. And also we have seen, so yesterday, unfortunately, the vetting of Namu Molate and Elizabeth Ejari was not able to happen because of some prolonged delays. You know, they had to go to Parliament to debate and then approve the minister. So, yeah, it wasn't able to happen. It would happen today. That's what the committee says. It's going to happen today. Nonetheless, the committee did not say if the rest of the appointment, because, you know, Ablaji Fagomashi, among others, are supposed to be vetted today. They didn't speak to it, but I believe that they would also have their vettings today as well. So today we're going to see about 5 people take the vetting seat here in Ghana.
Interesting.
Yeah.
5? Wow.
Yeah. And also one story that is developing is the appointment of Randy Abbey to Cocoa Board.
Yes.
Now, the Cocoa Board staff, an article I read online this morning, Cocoa Board staff have, you know, pushed against it. They are sort of not happy about his appointment. As to why it's developing, so we'll get to know in coming days when they begin to do press conferences, release statements.
Well, let me hold you there and ask a question.
Right.
So, the push of the staff or wherever it is, do they even have a say at the end of the day? Because it's the president's appointment. Can that influence the president to revoke his accession and then put in somebody there?
I think that if the best thing they can do is to Jojo, like sit and talk, find out what the consent of the workers, then we can see some explanation of some sort from the presidency why they nominated him, and then both sides can sit and Jojo. Because in the long run, the head cannot run without the subordinate. The subordinates can also run without the head.
If they are protesting against it, then
then mind you, the subordinates are more of like a larger group than Randy Abbey. So if they are kicking against it, well, let's see what happens in coming days. It's going to be a very interesting week here in Ghana. But now let's get into the stories. My name is Augustine Edinam Kumbey. Now, Parliament on Tuesday, January 21, 2025, approved 6 ministerial nominees put forward by President John Dramani Mahama following their vetting by the Appointments Committee. The approval came after a unanimous recommendation from the committee confirming the appointment of prominent members of Parliament to key ministerial positions. Now, the Appointments Committee, after the vetting, unanimously endorsed the nominees. Now, Parliament then debated the motion for the approval, which led to a smooth confirmation of the appointment. With the approval, these ministers are now poised to take on their respective portfolios. The nominees who received approval include Dr. Kesel Ato Forsen, Minister of Finance, and MP for Ejumako Enyan Isiam, and the Majority Leader. Now, John Jinapo, Minister of Energy, MP for Yape Kushegu has also received parliamentary approval. Dominic Ayine, Attorney General and Minister for Justice, as well as the MP for Bolgatanga East, has also received approval. Harry Idrisu, Minister for Education, and MP for Tamale South, as well as former Majority and Minority Leader, has also received approval. Sagboja, Minister for Roads and Highways, as well as MP for Adaklu, has also received approval from Parliament, as well as Eric Opoku, Minister for Food, Agriculture, and MP for Asanfuano South. Ayensuano South has also been given parliamentary approval. Now let's still stay in Parliament, because the Appointments Committee of Parliament on Tuesday, January 21st, 2025, postponed the vetting of Ministers designate Agnes Namomolate and Elizabeth Ejari Ofosu to Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. That's later today. Now, Namomolate, nominated as Minister designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection, and Elizabeth Ofosu Ajari, Minister designate for Trade and Agri-Business as well as Industries, were originally scheduled to appear before the committee on Tuesday. However, the session was deferred due to extended deliberations on other nominations and additional parliamentary engagement. However, Ahmed Ibrahim, the Minister designate for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Local Affairs, was also vetted on Tuesday. Now, the committee assured that all rescheduled vettings will proceed as planned later today, Wednesday, January 22nd, 2025. So you want to stay glued to mx24.app/voting voices and mx24 GH4 updates as and when the vetting starts later today. But then let's still stay in Parliament, because a reshuffle within the leadership of the Majority Caucus in Parliament is imminent following the approval of Dr. Cecil Ato-Forcing as Minister of Finance and Gavin Sagboja as Minister of Roads and Highways. Sources reveal that the Boku Central MP Mahama Yariga is likely to succeed Dr. Ato-Forcing as the new majority leader. Now, the South Dai MP Roxanne Nelson Dafiamepo is tipped to replace Gavin Sagboja as Majority Chief Whip. The Cape Coast South MP Kweku Ricketts Hagan is also said to be in line to take over as Deputy Majority Leader from Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa, while Adan MP Comfort Doyo Kujo is likely to be elevated to First Deputy Whip. Now, this action demonstrates the caucus's determination to strengthen leadership and maintain a focus, as well as propel the demands of governance. Now, the names of the alleged persons to take over the new leadership of the Majority Caucus is not yet confirmed by the Majority Caucus. Well, it is the MP for Boku Central, Mahama Yariga, and then he will take over if this goes through from Dr. Ato-Forcing as the new majority leader. Then the South Dai MP Roxanne Nelson Dafiamepo will be replacing the Majority Chief Whip Gavin Sagboja, who has been nominated, who has been approved by Parliament to head the Ministry of Roads and Highways. Then MP for Cape Coast South, Kweku Ricketts Hagan, will also take over from Deputy Majority Leader Emmanuel Ama Kofi-Boa. Then Comfort Doyo, who is now the second Deputy Whip, will be elevated to the first Deputy Whip position. We hope to see what happens to the new leadership in Parliament, given that the forerunners, that's the parliamentary, the Majority Caucus leaders in Parliament, Honourable Cecil Ato-Forcing and then Gavin Sagboja, have been approved by Parliament. Ama Kofi-Boa is yet to be vetted. Then we'll see what happens to the shake-up in Parliament with regards to the new leadership. But then away from that, let's do some analysis. Football Administrator Dr. Randy Abbey has been appointed as Acting Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Cocoa Board. This was from the Secretary to the President, Callistus Mahama, on Tuesday, January 21, 2025. Now, this follows the resignation of the former CEO, Joseph Boahin Edu, which was announced earlier this month. Let's take a look at the statement from the Presidency. Appointment as Acting Chief Executive Officer. I write to inform you that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, in accordance with Article 195, Clause 1 of the Constitution and Section 12.2 of the Ghana Cocoa Board Act 1984 PNDCL 81 has approved you as the acting Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Cocoa Board pending receipt of the constitutionally required advice of the Board of Ghana Cocoa Board in consultation with the Public Affairs Commission. Your appointment takes effect from January 21st, 2025. I take this opportunity to congratulate you formally on your appointment. Please accept the President's best wishes. This was from Callistus Mahama, copied the Vice President of the Jubilee House, the Chief of Staff, the Honorable Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, as well as the Ghana Cocoa Board, as well as the Chairperson Public Services Commission. Now, away from that, let's do some other news, where some 50 individuals suspected of the involvement in the recent conflict in Nkwanta have been apprehended during an operation in the Oti region on Tuesday, January 21st, 2025. Now, the suspects are set to undergo screening before any legal proceedings commence. Now, the National Security Coordinator, DCOP Osman Abdul Razak, visited in Nkwanta to assess the situation and engage with traditional leaders from the feuding factions in a bid to foster peace. Now, providing an update to the OT Regional Police Commander, DCOP Alex Aqua, reported the devastating impact of the renewed conflict, which has claimed 6 lives and injured 10 individuals, as well as resulted in the destruction of 12 homes and a shop. Now, speaking on the broader issue, DCOP Osman Abdul Razak expressed concerns over the persistent chieftaincy and land disputes in the country. He emphasized the importance of enhanced cooperation among security agencies to address these challenges effectively. Now, some persons unidentified have vandalized the whole NDC office in the Volta region. Now, the blaze destroyed essential equipment, including computers, fans, photocopiers, and crucial documents. The Ghana National Fire Service responded swiftly, managing to extinguish the fire and prevent further damage. Now, preliminary reports suggest that the attack may have been a reaction to President John Dramani Mahama's recent ministerial appointments, which did not include a representative from the whole central constituency. The omission has reportedly sparked discontent among some individuals. Short currently as some items that were destroyed, burnt down at the whole central NDC office due to, allegations from constituents against President John Dramani Mahama's not appointing some persons from the whole central constituency. Now, let's end the news with some business, where the Bank of Ghana's Monetary Policy Committee, MPC, will commence its 122nd meeting today, January 22nd, 2024, to evaluate the state of the economy and introduce measures aimed at maintaining stability in the country. Now, Ghanaian themed. Now, the 3-day meeting, which marks the MPC's first for the year, will culminate in a policy announcement on Monday, January 27, 2024. The current policy rate stands at 27%, following a reduction in November 2024. Now, the business community is optimistic about the possibilities of another rate cut, citing persistent concerns about the disconnect between policy rate reductions and lower lending rates. Well, that's all for the morning news on the AM Club. But before I leave, Kojo, your thoughts on the whole incident and then the whole violence?
It was quite sad yesterday.
Yeah.
Really, really sad. Knowing very well that, I mean, your party is in power.
Yeah.
That's one. Two, the president has not yet finished with his nominations.
Right.
That's two. Three, we have 18 more slots. What shows that maybe whoever you people want to push for any ministerial position won't be nominated or appointed for that.
Right.
Can't we just wait? I mean, we understand the fact that Ghanaians overall voted for change,
yeah,
because they didn't like what the outgoing government was doing. We understand that. But you see, it takes a process. Even if you wake up, it takes a process before you get to work.
Yeah.
You get it. And even when you're going to work, it's a risk. There might be mishaps.
Yeah.
Your car may break down. This can happen. So, for crying out loud, I am not a spokesperson of the president. But hey, he is not a robot.
Right.
Let's allow due processes to go on. Allow the man to work. And it's a time frame. You see, sometimes we promise ourselves, and I mean, it's part of the political trend. If you're doing political science and you want to become a politician, they'll tell you something about your manifesto. They'll tell you something about what the do's and don'ts.
Yeah.
So if you are going to give us or ensure your constituents or whoever the electorates that, hey, I am going to do this in so and so days, then you need they'll hold you accountable for it. You get me? So sometimes politicians should also be very careful as to what they promise. And if any time you're going to give a timeline to it, and you also do so.
But then even with the promises, the president never promised to have each minister from a region.
I don't know. I would have to do our research and go back to the how do I put it? The time that they were doing their campaigns and everything. Because I know it's not only that of who. His hometown.
Yeah. And then also in Parliament, you know, one thing that the NDC ticket brought was the women representation. Now, if you look at this list, there are quite a number of women compared to the men, and then it is quite low. And in Parliament yesterday, the minority leader Afenyo Marke raised concerns about it. It was shut down by the minority. He also raised concerns even about the fair representation, not of that of the gender part, but the fair representation of persons in each constituency.
Well.
But then
is it a constitutional requirement?
What?
Is it a constitutional requirement?
That each region...
That we should have a fair representation, like, I mean, this person for the Volta region has to be...
No. So with ministerial appointments, 70% must come from Parliament. The rest you can select from anywhere.
That's it.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with tribalism and this one from north or south or this. I really don't.
It would be interesting to do a breakdown of how many ministers for each region. It would be really interesting to do something like that. I'll try and work on it and bring it tomorrow.
Most definitely. I think that would help us.
Yeah.
That would help us understand the demographics.
Yeah.
To let us know that, okay, this is it. And I mean, but anyways.
Well, so that's all for the morning news on the AM Club. Remember that the news continues in as much as it's ending here. Visit mx24.app/voting voices or MX24 News on Instagram, as well as MX24GH, where you can get updates with regards to trending news stories, especially with the upcoming Namamolate, as well as Ablat Jikakomaji, others later. Saint and the rest of
much for coming in with the very best of in-depth stories and also helping us to test what is on X as far as such. Thank you very much. And on that note, well, we take a breather. When we do come back, you do know it will be time for us to get into some sports. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Welcome back from that quick break. This the A-Club right here on X24. My name is Kojo Dasabra. Now let's do some sports. First story, constituency in the OT region has been nominated President John Dramani Mahama as Ghana's new Minister for Sports, and his nomination was included in the third of ministerial appointments submitted to Parliament for vetting and approval. If approved, Honorable Kofi Adams will succeed Mustafa Yusuf, who served in the role from 2021 under former President Nana Akufo-Addo's government. His appointment has sparked optimism and skepticism within Ghana's sports community, with many hoping his leadership will revitalize the sector and restore its previous successes on the international stage. Well, away from that, let's do some league action. Well, Barcelona and Benfica played out one match you all like to watch. Now, Ben looked as though to victory times, twice finding themselves. But their Catalan visitors to their credit battled back and scored a late winner, making it 6 wins in a row despite giving. And while the game will live long in the memory of anyone who watched, it was most defenders and goalkeepers involved. We've got highlights to it. Well, away from that, let's do some tennis. Win 4-6, 6-4, 6-3, 6-4. He is one of the men to beat in Melbourne. Now, the Serbian is a 10-time champion and has been a dominant force at the hard court event since he lifted his first major in Melbourne Park in 2008. However, Djokovic suffered a disappointing semi-final defeat to eventual champion Jannik Sinner in Melbourne last year and failed to win a major in a season for the first time in 20. catch up on all the fun and excitement of the AM Club shows featuring engaging conversations, exclusive content you don't want. You know how to do that? Well, just slide in mx24.app/AM Club. Catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports and business insights on mx24online.com. Now it's time for us to shift our attention to some entertainment and showbiz right after this. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Morning, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are well. You're welcome to Team segments right here on the AM. As I always say, it is the biggest morning show right here in Ghana, in Africa, and beyond. You're looking smart. How are you?
Thank you.
You're looking smart, man. This is our office of the president.
Office of the President.
And our spokesperson.
No.
Now, Ministry of Communication.
Oh boy, you're prophesying. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Anyways, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, by God's grace. What about you?
I'm okay. Well, condolences to you.
Thank you.
I saw everything on your status, and I was feeling a little bit. I said I won't say anything till you come on the show, so I. Condolences.
It is well.
It is well. It's part of life.
Yeah.
But hey, we just thank God.
Thank you. It is well.
Okay. On a lighter note, we have.
So on the 3rd December 2024.
You're taking us way back.
Yes. Obian Ponsa had a sold-out show at the Bukom Boxing Arena.
I missed.
Sold out. When I say sold out, I mean sold out. Everywhere was full. This was my first time being at Bukom Boxing Arena, and when I was sitting there and I was looking around, I was like, so he pulled out this crowd. Comedy did this. I was excited till yesterday I heard the unfortunate news that he lost 40,000 Ghana cedis. He made a loss of 40,000 Ghana cedis. Yes. And I asked myself, how would you make a loss of 40,000 cedis with the sold out show? But he explained further, which the video is going to be played later so we all understand. But let's quickly get into the story. Ghanaian comedian Obian Ponsa has revealed that financial struggles he faced in organizing comedy shows, disclosing that his recent event at the Bukom Boxing Arena resulted in a loss of 40,000 Ghana cedis, despite making history by filling the 4,000 capacity venue of his 10th anniversary show. Obian Ponsa lamented the high tax element on ticket sales, including taxes on complimentary tickets, which he deemed unfair. This revelation highlights the challenges faced by comedians in Ghana who struggle to make a profit despite the popularity and the talents. Let's take a look at the video.
Guys are all event organizers. Do you make money from your event? Have you been able to record profit from any of your events? project?
Oh, I will talk first. I mean, no, my previous, I don't mind. I mean, they just ended one. I made a loss. I made a loss of about 40,000 cedis.
Yep. 400 million.
Yeah, 40,000. We now. I feel them for can 40,000 cedis. I could hear the incredible dance. Excel sheet. Be out to say.
You didn't Excel. How do you, if you know Excel on Excel, how do you explain this coefficient to?
So yeah, I mean, I've done 5 comedy specials. No,
0 problem.
Yeah, that is where George Quay mentions the investing in yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. It comes back into this,
and all these are ticketed events, right?
Yeah. So to answer your question simply, no, we don't make.
This is Hits.
So the credits there to Hits FM for that interview. But JKD, this is not the first time we've had, Obi and Poso talking about it. We have like Comic was also speaking about it. The revenues, the taxes. We also have this man, the one who sang the song with Sakari. I don't know, I've forgotten his name. He's a Nopna. He raps. He raps and sings.
Acasio?
No, I don't know you about one virgin. Yeah. Fancy Gadam spoke about the same thing. Actually, it was actually a personal interview I had with him where he spoke about it, saying that you can actually have a sold-out event and then the taxes. What do you think about this? Why so much taxes?
Well, we have a new government. Let's see whether maybe this would be revamped or anything like that. But I don't think it's about any old government or new government. I think it started way back.
Revenue,
you get it. As you climb in higher and you're moving from one year to the other, things go up. You get it. So and the government will find means and ways to cushion that. But then, you see, that's why I'm very keen on the vetting of the new appointed minister designate, Honorable Jifa Gomashi. I'm looking forward to seeing, because these are the things, this is in her jurisdiction, so these are the things that we're looking forward to see her cushion or eradicate or help. You get it? Because tell me why, as a creative, I mean, there's a time for, let me use my words carefully. There's a time to pay the price or pay your dues or serve.
But has he not finished paying his dues and
serving? That's it. That's why I'm saying that. So he in the video, he did mention that, he's done comedy specials and there was nothing that he gained from it. And there's a time to reap. Even the Bible, there's a time to sow and there's a time to reap. Yeah. So tell me why, at a point where I am
I'm
supposed
not
to be reaping, I'm not harvesting.
Right.
Because there are certain things that are determinants, and these things are breaking me down. Gani, feely. I've seen someone do an event where GIF one hey, like then. I mean,
let me calculate and everything.
So it wouldn't even push me to be creative. It wouldn't push me to want to do what I do best. Because at the end of the day, so if I'm putting in, let's say, 40,000 Ghana cedis into this, Anya, even if I make 45,000, 5,000 is a plus. It's profit. But I cannot put 40,000 and lose 30,000.
Hey, that's
crazy.
Make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense at all.
Doesn't make sense. And with
not just a charity work,
exactly. And looking at the number of years he's been in the industry, which is 10 years, as you said, he's been reaping. Time for to soul. So I was shocked because I saw that it was a filled capacity. History was made that night.
Yeah.
Filled capacity, from lightning to the people that were there. In fact, we have a lot of industry people that went there to support him. David Dontor, Pastor Timothy Bentum, everyone was there. And so it's crazy that you have these people who came there to support you. It was a ticketed event only for you to come out and then you lose 40,000 CDs. Then what's the essence? You know, it's not easy. We need to do better. We need to be better. All right, we're moving away from that. Yesterday, I spoke about Charterhouse introducing a new category, which is Best Contemporary. Now, Charterhouse has brought out nominations form. So if you want your songs like me, I'm definitely going to submit my nominations for a couple of songs. Yeah.
The songs that you did. I think our best
it
doesn't even qualify.
Wow,
it doesn't even qualify. We are the ones who go and tell Charterhouse that this girl, she did this song.
Anyway, yeah, so definitely the call for nomination is out. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you know it's nice, that you've done well, you've worked hard, this is the opportunity for you. And so let's quickly get into it. Charterhouse, organizers of the Telesale Ghana Music Awards, has announced the commencement of nominations for the 26th edition of the awards. Submissions are open for commercially released works in 2024, and entries can be submitted online via link until February 16, 2025. The categories for the awards have been revised, with changes available on the official website and social media pages. Interested parties can submit their entries and contact info at GhanaMusicAwards.com for further inquiry. What are you submitting?
Me?
Yes.
Best MC. I'm not submitting anything.
Do MC, you guys need an award. You guys need an award.
Is there a category like that, like Hype Man, MC? I think
need it.
Well, for TGME, I don't think there is.
There isn't. But honestly speaking, the way MCs, you guys have become so essential to events.
Yeah.
You guys need your own awards.
That's true.
Love the fact that there's an MCs association, right? And you guys, I think there was one time you guys met and went to play football. So there should be like, what of like wedding vendors awards?
But there's something like that.
There's something like that, right?
Yeah, there's something like that.
Okay. All right.
I know there's something like that. But because TGMAs happens to be our Grammys, I mean, if there's a category of that sort, I'm happy that urban gospel musicians have been able to give, how do I even put this? They've really worked to the extent that TGMA has been able to say that, you know what, yes, we've recognized your hard work. So let's create that space so all of you can be in it and then vie for, and reward you. At the end of the day, you get it, because it's not that easy. Most of these guys are doing it from their pockets.
Yes, let's see. Because I mean, I think each and every year they are revising. Maybe, who knows? The best hype man or best MC is going to be there somewhere, because it's all part of the music.
But that would happen if the MCs and the hype men come together to push.
Don't worry, I'll hold a meeting.
You hold a meeting?
Yes. Okay. Call everybody. All right, and moving on to some international entertainment stories. We have Funke Akindele now. She reacts to fan who asked to have more children. You know that she has twins, and we've not really heard anything about kids for a while. So there was a video, and there was a fan who said, "Madam, when are you having more children so that your twins can have a baby sister or a baby brother?" I know, right? Yeah, so Nigerian actress and filmmaker Funke Akindele has responded to an overzealous fan who urged her to give her twin sons a sibling. In a new Remy said to her, the twins need a new brother, sister. The actress found the fan's comment humorous, telling her that she would hand the baby over to her. Now she said, don't worry, I have registered your name and I will find your address. It is you that will carry the baby and be doing baby, don't cry, and back the baby, said the filmmaker, after which she blew the camera a kiss. Even though Remi's comment about having another child was well received by the filmmaker, other social media users did not take it lightly, with many emphasizing the need for others to exercise self-control and mind your business.
Social media in-laws will come after
Period.
you. They will
Mind
come
your
after
business.
you. They would come after you.
Mind your business.
But I love the way she handled it. She didn't take it personal.
Yeah, she didn't take it
And
personal.
Yeah,
at
she
all.
didn't take it personal. And I love it. I mean, yes, we'll look for you. And when she is going in and looking for a babysitter, since you've availed yourself, yeah, we'll look for you and then we'll bring the baby to you so you can take care of the baby.
Definitely. I just detest why, because I'm known on social media, people think they have a say in my life, which, hold on, is part of it. But when does it end? Like, when do the fans know that, okay, this is none of our business? I think as a creative and as a public figure, quote unquote, you are the one who's supposed to make those barriers known. You are the one who's supposed to demarcate and put the line. Fans, they don't understand what boundaries are.
That is so. For instance, this one, if she had flared up and truly, maybe she gives birth and truly and have a baby. No, that's a sign of mind your business. She's doing it all right, but indirectly it's telling you that you don't meddle in my business like that.
Right.
You can talk about my movies. How about talking about my movies and promoting it? You get it. How about, okay, maybe I feel like it could have gone this way, or let's say the plot or the twist or whatever, the storyline is great, but if this was included, that is what you're supposed to be doing. Not thinking about she giving birth, and I mean, those things are extra. And that happens if maybe you were really a friend to her, like you're very close. You get it. I'm sure if maybe her best friend or somebody else was saying something like this, that'll be a laugh in the park. Like, let's just laugh it off. You get me? Yeah. So you need to set those boundaries, no matter how hard it's going to be. Because at a point in time, when somebody that
is true.
Yeah. So you need to do it.
So because I know you've also come under fire so many times.
Oh,
like, how do you even like do? Because I remember there was one thing I laughed about was when during Mrs. Bliss and his wife, when they announced they had a baby, and then someone on social media said
they had sex.
Did they have? And then do you know what you told them?
Yes.
No, they swam
in the lake. Yes.
Chicken, you are wicked.
No, like you're
Why
trying
would
to
you?
like.
No way.
No, you're trying to be sarcastic. I'll be sarcastic.
No, they swam in the lake.
Yeah, they swam in the lake because
sometimes you keep forgetting you are JK.
It's not about that. But you see, sometimes it's the conversation, and sometimes it comes as if it's rude in one way or the other. We are forgetting that all these people are human beings.
Still humans.
One, they have family. They have they have emotions. So these things are going to play on them, whether you like it or not. You get it. So it depends on the human being and what you put out. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Because there are certain things that you put out. Me, I'm very careful as certain things that I pull out, or I'll put out, or I would say, or something of that sort. But even when was that? I think just before the elections, somebody wrote something about something of that sort, and I think it was on GH Kweku's page. Then I went there. Me, I would normally not even comment. Me, sometimes that's how I am. Where it's relevant and I feel like, no, I need to comment, I will definitely do so. So the person was talking, it was about Michael Blackson. Now I what he does with the government, blah, 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 and do it. And then he used, instead of attacking the situation to whoever it is, he used Ghana. Sister, if you're using Ghana, first of all, you claim you're a Ghanaian. So if you're using Ghana, whatever you were also writing to yourself.
That's true.
And if you're writing Ghana, me, I'm Ghanaian, so I'll feel like, no, this has to do with me. Then I came to write that, please, don't use Ghana. Attack the situation.
Yeah.
I had people and food soldiers from the party supporters coming at me. Them. That night I was like, no, today I have time for you people. You get me?
Yeah.
Then somebody came to write what? I think she went on my profile and she wrote something funny like silly people who wear glasses and always in tie and something. I also went to her. You know me, I love reality shows.
Okay.
And there's a reality show called Why Mama.
Okay. Why Mama?
Yeah, and it's like they bring two people. They let, for instance, you and I. So it's a beef. So what they do is that they'll take me to your house, to everything about you.
Oh yeah. That's true. And then they wrap it later. Yeah.
So it goes really, really dirty. You get it. So I know every information about you. When I come, I put it in wraps, and I'm dissing you at the end of the day. You too, the same thing. You get it. So I realized that she just saw my profile and decided to use that.
You went to them.
I went to her profile, and I gave her a very nice, sarcastic comment. Hey. And that was it. She couldn't come and reply and everything. And come and see other people laughing and all that. I'm not saying that, yes, I'm proud to do that. But the thing here is, at a certain point, you should consider that I'm also human and I would also come out. But it depends on how you go about it.
True.
You get me? And I guess what? She's a stranger from nowhere, but now she's a buddy.
That's
yeah, she's a friend now.
A buddy.
Yes, she's a friend now. Because later on, I think she came to my DM and was like, oh, now the own team in far grow and all that. And I was like, some things are not grow. You get it? Yeah, some things I don't take it as I grow.
So I think with this, you've set a boundary. So next time...
I've set a boundary. Exactly. So now she's even a friend. Can you believe that? So next time, people would know that, oh, okay, when it comes to certain things like this, at least let's speak to... You see, I keep on saying this. Ghanaians don't know how to argue.
Yes.
They'll bring in insults and then they'll start going about playing around your emotions. People don't know how to argue. Especially Ghanaians. We don't know how to argue. Arguments, keke. Speak to facts. We don't know how to do it.
Next thing is, you are this.
Next thing is, oh, we are angry. Hey, emotion, this. No, we don't do that.
We don't do that.
You get it? Because what I said, I neither insulted Blackson, and I'm sure if Blackson even saw the comment, would be like, oh, okay, I understand where this guy is coming from. Because you use the general term, Ghana, which is a no-no. For me, that's my opinion. Speak to facts. Okay, finance minister. Okay, this government, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like that. Don't say Ghana. Because we have leaders, we have people we voted into power to be able to lead us and be at the helm of affairs. So you don't come and say Ghana. I'm not the president. I'm a citizen.
That's true.
Thank you.
Period. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have for you today on Entertainment News segments. My name is Daphne Flashley. Enjoy the rest of the show. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is the weekend, right? Friday.
Hi.
No, Friday. Hey, what am I looking for?
What's happening on the weekend for you? This weekend in particular, what's happening? Because how you're looking forward to the weekend is something
I know.
It's
just our fellow MCs, Waza.
Oh,
yeah,
Waza.
So I'm excited.
Well, Benedict didn't invite me, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not invited, so. No, I'm not invited. He invited me. I didn't know. Me, I just seen it on socials.
Watching this, please go and do your homework.
He's not. If you like, cut it and go and send it. He didn't invite me. So me.
All right.
I like to stay in my lane.
I'll see you there.
Me.
You that you like drinking cocktails. I'll see you there.
No.
Sir?
I don't go where I'm not
invited. Exactly.
So if you call me, I'll be there for you. Like how you say, Call me.
Call me. All right, over to you, JKD.
Well, Daphne, thank you so much for coming in with
You're
the very best of entertainment right here on the show. Still goes on, but did you know that all the 41 LPG companies and the 800 stations across the country are 100% built and operated by indigenous Ghanaians? When you refill your cylinder with us, you support the growth of indigenous businesses and create more jobs. But that's not the only reason for you to choose us. Our LPG distribution system offers unbeatable value, allowing you to buy any amount of the product in whichever quantities you need, making it incredibly pocket-friendly. Now, worried about being cheated? With us, you can watch Philly Philly as your cylinder gets filled. Plus, we have weighing scales at every station, so you can double-check the weight of the quantity filled. That's trust guaranteed. Switch to LPG for your environment, helping protect our precious ecosystem. Go green with LPG and make a difference. Remember, when the last tree dies, the last man dies. Refill your LPG cylinder at your nearest gas station. Let's protect Ghana for the next. LPG Marketing Company Association of Ghana, your affordable, pocket-friendly, trustworthy, and eco-friendly choice. Now, in today's dynamic business environment, a robust workforce is pivotal to achieving success. This is why we have thoughtfully designed our corporate health insurance plans to empower your employees and organization's performance. With Equity Health Insurance, your investment transcends ordinary insurance. It represents a commitment to the future of your company, individually tailored to accommodate the unique needs of your employees, offering comprehensive benefits. Our support goes beyond administrative tasks and premiums. At Equity Health Insurance, we are dedicated to standing by your side throughout the entire journey. So please feel free to reach us on 0501-515-124, 0135-073 so that we can further enhance the level of service we provide to you. Hashtag here for you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for Coffee Daily right here on the show. Up next is Fashion Wednesday. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of mx24.com today. MX24, fun, fearless, and factual.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop? Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
Michael has been exceptional, surpassed all his targets. Let's hear from this year's Staff of the Year.
This wouldn't be possible without a strong relationship. You've been with me through university. All those days of studying together just to ace those tests, which we did, by the way. And those days of the side hustles. You were there. All of these have prepared me for this moment. Cowbell Coffee has been there with me every single step of the way.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell Coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
Over 20,000 winners.
In total, we spent about 4.5 million Ghana cedis.
By staying connected. With every data purchase, we paid school fees, grew businesses, and improved over 20,000 Ghanaian lives.
So far, you're looking around 22,500 winners. And what you are witnessing today, million Ghana cedis.
The cash prize I was 1 million. I'm going to use this money for my education.
And stay connected.
Shopping just got easier, better, and smarter. HZ Department Store, your trusted go-to shopping destination in Ghana. It's live online. Experience the same trusted in-store excellence from the comfort of your home. From fashion to lifestyle essentials, we've redefined shopping to suit your lifestyle. Simply visit www.onlinestore.azgroupgh.com. Browse, click, and enjoy seamless shopping anytime, anywhere.
The offers get even better. 10% discount on first order, free delivery. Note that you can pay via cash on delivery, Momo, and Visa. A to Z Department Store, lifestyle redefined.
Your home, your sanctuary, and a reflection of your personality, your style, your dreams. At Accento Projects, we understand the importance of bringing your vision to life. With a decade of expertise, we've mastered the art of transforming spaces. Right from historic restorations to modern marvels, we solve complex building problems with creativity, craftsmanship, and dedication. Whether you are renovating, restoring, building, or simply refining your space, we listen, we care, and we deliver exceptional results. Accento Projects Limited. We don't just build structures, we bring your dreams to life. Contact us today at on 02-0888-2722 or 027-114-2749.
Step into the world of fashion, where creativity, innovation, and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Join me every week as we celebrate the art and the people behind the scenes who make more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV.
Baby girl, see, why you wait? I say, I demand over you, girl. I demand over you, girl. Say you are my woman, eh? Hey, paper. This is the early jump. We're about to jump. Let's go. Yeah, boy. Now, one more party, people. Let's go. I know you like this one. Let's go. Everybody now. Everybody now. Put the vibe on the vibe. One time. Here we go. Sing it.
I know oil in my head. Then guess on my bed.
Who you know?
All of them niggas don't dress.
Who you know where you find like this?
We know where they spend like this.
Who they spend like this?
money pass see. Star boy with the ball pass juice. I be king pay Weezy.
Into the world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential in fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Every week, as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who make fashion more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV. Step into the world of fashion, where creativity meets innovation and beauty goes hand in hand with style. On Fashion Wednesday, we delve into the journeys of influential voices in the fashion and beauty industries here in Ghana. From emerging designers to seasoned professionals, we explore their stories, their crafts, and vision for fashion's future. Get the inside scoop on the latest trends, expert styling tips, and beauty hacks to elevate your look. Every week, as we celebrate the art, the passion, and the people behind the scenes who more than what we just wear. This is Fashion Wednesday, where fashion comes to life. Catch Fashion Wednesday every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. on MX24 TV.
All right, so welcome back from that quick break. It's time for us to get into Fashion Wednesday, but before that, at Equity Health Insurance, the well-being of our members takes precedence. Now, we recognize the unique healthcare needs of individuals and families, which is why we are delighted to present our Ebusua Health Plan. This health plan is crafted to promote the health and happiness of you and your loved ones. Our plans are meticulously tailored to offer comprehensive and competitive health insurance coverage for individuals, families, and smaller groups. Access to quality care is just a phone call. Welfare. Contact us on 0546 645 465 or 0503 860381 #here for you. Now, are you passionate about interior design but don't know where to start? Or maybe you no further. Introducing Design Lab by Maker, powered by Acento Projects Limited. Our comprehensive training and coaching courses are designed to solve the biggest challenges faced by both budding interior designers and construction teams. From mastering the latest design trends to understanding client needs and project management, we've got you covered. Whether you're a complete beginner or looking to refine your skills, our courses offer something for everyone. So learn from industry experts, gain hands-on experience, and join a community of like-minded creatives. Register to reserve a slot for our January sessions and transform your passion into a thriving career. Our students have gone on to create stunning spaces and successful businesses. Ready to take the next step? Well, contact us today on 020-888-2722 or visit our office at East Legon at Adrengano. Design Lab, where your design dreams comes to life. Now, shopping just got easier, better, and smarter. A to Z department store, your trusted go-to shopping destination in Ghana, is now live online. And experience the same trusted in-store excellence from the comfort of your home. redefined, shopping to suit your lifestyle. Now, simply visit www.onlinestore.azgroup.com. Browse, click, and enjoy seamless shopping anytime, anywhere. A to Z department store where style meets convenience. Shop now. Lifestyle redefined. Now, of course, time for us to get into everything fashion with Diana. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good.
Today is all red, huh?
Yeah, but I don't even know why you're making it a thing.
No, we are not. I mean, we're getting into February, so.
I didn't even think about it until, I mean, Daphne brought it up. I didn't even, all I knew was, oh, okay, yeah, this one will go with this one. Yeah, let's wear it.
Speaking about that, how do you feel when it's Valentine's Day and people are literally wearing red to step out?
Do you know what I used to post? Almost every year on Val's Day, I post, I found something that says, iron will bend that red nonsense you plan on wearing. So I used to post it every Val's Day or the day before Val's Day. But I think people should express themselves how you are. It's just that when you're walking inside the town, everybody would get to know, people will highlight that, oh, it's Val's Day, hey, Val's Day, hey, like those things. I think there's a story that my friend told me that he didn't even realize that, oh, it was Val's Day, and so he was wearing something red or pinkish red, and then when he was coming, the entire time he was going to work, everybody was, they were just looking at him, and they were and he was wondering, something wrong, but he didn't pay attention. When he got to the office, and that's when everybody say, hey, Val's Day. Hey, you're rapping, right? Hey, you're really rapping for this year's Val's Day. Like those things.
Then he remembered.
And he's like, oh, he ordered a shirt. He ordered yes, and then changed before any other person had to come out. Yeah. So honestly, I think do you, but just know that the way we are, I'm sure that some church mates will see you and say, hey Valentine, welcome Adina.
Anyway, but I think with that being said, I'd love to take your take on this because for the season, let's say it's especially Christmas and Valentine's Day. Christmas, thereabout, you see boutiques changing everything, putting whites on their mannequins and out there, and then that of Val's Day, maybe red and all
pink.
that. Do you think that marketing strategy works?
No, unless we call it out. But I think there's a science to it because during the Christmas seasons there are all white parties. And then there's also the fact that, yes, there's 31st, and there's also the fact that Christmas Day, when people go to church, they want to wear white. So I think that they've looked at the markets, they've looked at the types of clothes and colors that people inquire about, and that's what they've used to build that marketing strategy. And so if it works, why mess with perfection? Yeah, so I think there's a science to it. If Val's Day people want to go for their dates and they're always asking. If they asked last year, said this year I'll make sure I'll put it so that you know that in this shop we got you.
At least a touch of red. A touch of. I want to find out when people say a touch of, does it mean put something?
You can wear. You can have a white dress and then wear red.
Okay.
A red, have a red pants.
Okay.
Or something.
Okay. That's a touch off. Okay.
It's a little. Yeah, you don't want to do too much.
Anyway, so today, who do we have?
He is a fashion designer. He's new ones. I think he's friends with the first person that I interviewed. So Boydo actually recommended that I speak to him because both of them participated in a design competition in Nigeria, and they won grants money to kickstart their businesses and things. So it means that they were doing something right for them to be selected. was a competition with Ghanaian and Nigerian designers, and then these two Ghanaian people took it. So, yeah, his designs, very interesting, because I was speaking to the editor, and he says his designs it's like it's one way, and I'm like, it's not exactly one way, right? He has a formula, basically, for the things that he's doing. And if you go on his page, if you're someone that loves the type of minimalist designs that he's doing, you'll fall in love with it. Okay. Yes. Also, I chose him also because of the sustainability part. So this particular episode, people about fabric, seems to know. Yes. So, hear about how what role it plays when it comes to sustainability. That, you know, the fabrics that he uses, it's one of a fabric. Of course, it's custom made, basically. So then it's pricing. Made because you know how the kente is woven a certain way, fugu is done a certain way, but he's decided that, I'm sorry, I wrote it down because I don't want to forget. So he's not using just one fabric, and so he said he decided to create a cross-cultural weave, and he was bringing different weaving techniques together. So the way kente is woven, the way fugu is done, he found someone who was able to put these different designs, but even though kente is a Ghanaian thing, fugu is a Ghanaian thing, and so even though these designs, the weaving techniques are different, putting them together to create a new type of technique and using different types of fabrics to create that technique, it's Ghanaian to him, and so that is his contribution. You know, the type of fabrics that they use for kente and these things is a Ghanaian thing. So that is his contribution to sustainability, and I found that so interesting that for you to even, before you even create the designs, you are creating your fabric from scratch. And so that was what like got me to reach out to him. He's creating his fabrics from scratch, and so you know that it's not going to be like mass produced sort of. So it's a little at a time. So you have to do a little at a time, a little at a time, and so these people are so interesting. They are so creative. Like the designers, they're so creative, because if you have a vision in mind about what you want your fabric to even look like before you start designing what it like physically the structure should look like, that's amazing. And so that's why I went for Ajabe.
Okay, all right. It sounds very interesting.
It is, but I feel like this episode is more educational. So even you know, usually we do like a little fun aspect to end the So
we need to pick up our books and pens.
So like last week's episode, we were looking at Saraban, and she was even styling me and all of that in her piece. But this one, we're looking at the fabrics and then we're talking about it.
And all.
So I think that if you're a fabric person, if you're a designer, you're an aspiring designer, you want to do your own thing, you've not quite figured it out yet, I think that this is the episode you should watch.
Most definitely. So run us through the details for tonight.
So 6:30 p.m. as usual, we'll be showing Fashion Wednesday on TV, and then it will be on YouTube. We'll be streaming on YouTube and X as well. So 6:30.
6:30 it is. It is Fashion Wednesday. Make sure you get acquainted with it, and I'm excited about this one because, I mean, fabrics. You know, when you want to even go do suits and all. I mean, you want to get a suit done. I first didn't understand when all these tailors will be like, oh, and a fabric, no, and a fabric, no. And they are very intense about the fabric and how it looks like, how it feels like, and everything. So this would really matter to all of us, whether you like it or not. So yes, so tonight 6:30, MX24 it is. We're streaming on X. We're streaming on Facebook as well. Is it?
No,
that's X. X and YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's X and YouTube. But hey, we've got snippets just to, tease you a little bit and get to let you know what to expect for this evening right here on the AM Club. So let's get straight into it.
It's been an amazing journey. There has been a lot of things happening in and out, but I think the brand has been able to be in that position where I believe it's making sense. So there's been a lot of consistency throughout. So I believe that's what making the brand keep going. So yeah, I'm very excited about it. I'm looking forward to what God has to offer for me, because obviously without God, this wouldn't have happened. I always say this, that I used to do this to learn how to sew on my own, just to control the machine. Not like the fully, but
Which machine is it? The electrical?
No, the electrical one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I got someone to help me thread it, and then I'm good. So yeah, 90%. I usually say that 90% of everything I do or I know is always self-taught. So whatever I want to put my mind on, and I just want to do it. I want to, it's like a cross-cultural weave. So we're going to bring all tech together and make it one and say Ghanaian textiles. So we are not saying Fugu, Gente, no. Ghanaian, it is from Ghana, Ghanaian hand woven. With them, they can build the machines to mechanize it. Yes. But the idea of sitting down, because this is not just a craft, it's like, it's you looking at it as an art piece. Yeah. Perceiving the symbols and whatnot, so you can find your own way to do it. And you look at it and someone is creating some intricate patterns and you're like, how are you doing this? Right? It's not just a craft, because you have to see beyond just the work, just the skill, and be able to create something that's like, wow, this can be in a museum. This can be somewhere that people would go and look at it. And for them, they wish they had this, right? They wish they had this. So that's why it's important for us to continue to celebrate it, it's continue to promote it, and it's continue to make sure that, we are finding, innovative ways to keep consistency going. If stay like that, it's like, okay, what are you doing to it? So you need to find better ways because the world is evolving. So how do you evolve with the hand woven? So you're not just breaking it down to mechanize or something, but how do you maintain the hand woven but still keep that innovation and creativity to it? Why do I want to make an outfit? Why do I want to do a collection? So I would have to think about what I want to talk about. So maybe I can have about 3 ideas in my head. I was like, okay, at this moment, what makes sense? Mm-hmm. And then I need to pick that, what makes sense, and then I need to develop that. So developing that is picking a theme out of that. And then out of the theme, I need to reference. So reference, I have 2 types of referencing. So I have the direct and indirect. So what I am inspired by, am I looking at what's in there exactly, and then I pick it. So let's say I watched a movie, a film, and then the pieces they were wearing in the film, I'm picking exactly that. Okay. Or the story in the film, I'm referencing the behavior of that story in that. So that's part of the referencing. And then the last one is creative direction. So creative direction is fabric sourcing, your lookbook, your campaign, because that's like the overall thing of what you think it should look like. I'm heavily inspired by the post-colonial era, that kind of like excitement, it was very vibrant for me. Sometimes I wish I was, I'm a very old soul, so I wish I was in that era to kind of like explore what was happening. So I'm heavily inspired by that era, and also with the Pan-African spirit, the idea that Africans can actually come together to create one, unity and form, right? So again, what the brand actually even talks about alone is a story on its own. So it's like, once you get to understand, it's like, oh, I get why you are doing this. I get why you are doing that. Because even if I make, a vest, a singlet, right? You could see it. You could see that, Oh, I just get it. I just get it. So for me, it's very, very important. It's very key, to have that story to the brand, because that's the language, and once you speak that and people understand that language, they're going to connect. The core thing is language, and the language I mean is, what's the brand communicating? Like again, and so what? See, you are a fashion brand, and so what? And I think what has been able to, separate Ajabin for any other Ghanaian brand is that the idea for us to look at it and say, okay, how best do we, communicate or celebrate, Ghana and then the continent? So it's been done in a way that, it happens in our campaigns. So the campaigns are so, I pay so much emphasis on campaigns. Like the campaign has to hit me. You just look at the campaign and it's like a film. But I'm just selling clothes. Yeah. But the campaign alone is like, why do you have to go that extra mile? To even do that? Why? And also, paying attention to little things. And also I think I have been able to create this sort of identity for the brand. Yes. So I can be outside and then someone is wearing a random fit and they're asking me if that's Ajabin, right? Because they've sort of understood, the identity of the brand, where the brand is headed, which is great. But I mean, I guess there've been attention to what we are putting out there. Every time I go outside and people make me feel like Ajabin is too, it's big.
Big,
yeah, and
yeah.
I'm but I understand. I understand why they feel that way, because sometimes I want to get outside of Ajabin and feel exactly the same thing, because it looks okay to me. Every time there's a collection, it's not enough. I'm like, what have I done? Right? But then again, I'm getting that impression that this is cool. I guess that's what has been, keeping me more, inspired and all of that. And, continuing to, do what I love. I enjoy watching this, West African cinemas, and whatnot. I'm a very, very old soul. I love Ghana a lot, so I tend to listen to very, I do sort of high life Ghanaian, but also in the modern high life, not necessarily deep. I love the deep high life, because I did one collection which was part of my previous collection, which was Pride of Ghana, and this is very, it's going to blow your mind. So I was inspired by Nkrumah, but it wasn't necessarily Nkrumah. So for me, what motivated Nkrumah's personal life for him to say, let me gain independence for Ghana, because this guy probably didn't sit randomly. Something had to push him. Because, obviously, when we think about Nkrumah, it's like, first Ghanaian president to gain independence, blah, blah, blah. That conversation is there. But for me, so what actually motivated his personal life? And, throughout the research, it was two things. It was high life and dance. So for him, he believed that high life could bring a collective people together. Because, trust me, when you go to, the club, and then it has to be one song, and that's going to move everyone. So that alone, he felt like this high life could bring a collective people together, and then, create this, harmony, bring this happiness, bring pleasure amongst, people. I believe in my process, and I believe that once you're able to go through this process, something has to make sense. Because even the brands I look up to, some way, somehow, they have these elements in their design process. So for me to be able to go through that, I don't force Ajabin. I don't even know how Ajabin is making sense. I don't know. So for me to be able to do that, shows that there's something that's working. So I tend to assess them to go through that process. Obviously you don't have to do exactly the same thing, but look at it in that format, and then it will do well. But yeah, the space we are in is very difficult. Unfortunately, I can't boldly and proudly say that we have an industry. I can boldly say that.
back. Still logged into the very best right here on the AM Club. My name is Kojo Dasabra. Now, lend me your ears. In an ever unpredictable presence of adequate support in times of health-related uncertainties is pivotal. Now, in light of this, Equity Health Insurance presents the ABS policy aimed at providing much-needed reassurance. Now, through Equity Health Insurance's ABS policy, for a monthly sum as minimal as 15 Ghana cedis, beneficiaries can avail themselves up to 500 Ghana cedis financial support on any hospital admission. The Equity ABS is meticulously crafted to furnish financial assistance for the duration of hospitalization, thus enabling individuals to concentrate on recuperation without the burden of escalating medical expenses. Waste no time in securing your future with Equity Health Insurance's ABS today. Contact us on 0503-860-381 or 0539-194-619 to commence enrollment. Equity Health Insurance is always #here. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, well, thank you so much for being part of this amazing one, an amazing one for that matter. I mean, for those of you who keep on missing the AM Club, let me give you a secret, all right? Head on to mx24.app/AM Club. You get all the action right there, right to our segments from Lifestyle Daily to Coffee Daily to The Plug. Anything that you've missed, all right? You get it right there. And also, if you want to get in-depth information when it comes to our political scape, all you have to do is mx24.app/voting voices. You get in right there. We're looking forward to the veterans of ministerial appointees and positions that continues today. Looking forward to that. So, well, stick and stay with MX24. But we don't leave you alone. It's midweek. So we're just going to, get into a little bit of a tempo with DJ Lord. And make sure you do give us a follow. It's MX24 across every single platform. MX24GH across. Yes, my name is Kojo Dasabra. You can give me a follow too as well on all social media networks. It is Kojo Dasabra as well. Well, I'll leave you in the capable hands of DJ Lord. Enjoy. We'll be back right same time tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on the biggest morning show. It's the AM Club. Peace.